Some people aren't meant to wake up. And before you dismiss that sentence, understand this. If you're hearing it, you're already closer to the edge than most. Because waking up doesn't mean opening your eyes in the morning. It means realizing that the world you're moving through every day isn't built for awareness. It's built for obedience. From the moment you're born, you're trained, not educated, but trained. Trained to follow time instead of questioning it. Trained to accept rules you never agreed to. Trained to believe that exhaustion is normal, confusion is weakness, and silence is safety. And for most people, this system works perfectly. They wake up, scroll, eat, work, and repeat. They never once stop to ask why their life feels hollow, even when everything on the surface looks fine. They tick all the boxes society gives them: the job, the house, the family, and yet there's a persistent, quiet hum of dissatisfaction they learn to ignore. It becomes the background music to their lives, a tune so constant they forget it's even playing. They are the bedrock of the system, the ones who keep the wheels turning without ever asking where the vehicle is headed. Their compliance is not a weakness, it's a feature, the very engine that powers the world as we know it. But a few people do ask. A few people stop, look around, and a single, dangerous question forms in their minds. Is this it? And those people are a threat. Because once you start asking real questions, the system stops rewarding you. The comfort of belonging begins to fade. You start to feel disconnected, restless, as if something is profoundly wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. You start noticing the patterns that everyone else ignores. You see how conversations follow predictable scripts, how arguments are just recycled talking points from the news, how expressions of joy and sadness feel more like performances than genuine emotions. You feel time itself beginning to warp, speeding up into a blur of weeks and months that leave you wondering where it all went. You feel like you're watching your own life from behind a pane of glass, a spectator to a movie you somehow star in but have no control over. The world becomes a stage, and you re the only one who noticed the props are made of cardboard and the backdrop is just a painting. And here's the terrifying part. That feeling isn't an accident, it's a symptom. Throughout history, societies have always had a problem with people who wake up too much. Not the rebels throwing rocks, not the criminals breaking laws, but the quiet thinkers who see through the illusion. They are the ones who don't fit in, the ones who feel like outsiders, even in a room full of their closest friends. The ones who sense that reality has a hidden set of rules that nobody ever talks about. These are the people who feel an inexplicable pull towards the unconventional, who find more truth in art, music, and nature than in any textbook or news report. They are the ones who lie awake at night, not from worry about bills or deadlines, but from the sheer, overwhelming weight of existence and the questions that come with it. So, what happens to them? The system has a very effective defense mechanism. They are labeled depressed, anxious, overthinking, burned out, conspiracy-minded. They are given diagnoses and prescriptions, told to practice mindfulness, to be more grateful, to get more sleep. Anything, absolutely anything, as long as the system doesn't have to admit the truth. Because the truth is this: not everyone is meant to wake up. Some minds are designed to question, to deconstruct, to see the cracks in the walls. But most are designed to comply, to build, to maintain the walls without ever checking the foundation. And when someone with a questioning mind wakes up without guidance, without a map, without any context for what they're experiencing, it can break them. The sudden awareness is like being thrown into the deep end of the ocean, without ever being taught how to swim. This is why awareness feels so heavy. It's why the path of the questioner is so often a lonely one. And it's why ignorance feels so peaceful. It explains why the people who never question reality seem so much happier. It's not because they're stupid or shallow. It's because the world is a comfortable, rewarding place for those who are asleep. The system is designed to reward sleep with comfort, security, and a sense of belonging. Waking up means sacrificing all of that for a truth that offers none of those things in return. Ask yourself something uncomfortable. When you've tried to put these thoughts into words, when you've attempted to explain this feeling to others, what happens? Why do they shut you down? Why do they get irritated or defensive or just laugh it off and tell you to lighten up? It's because deep down, they sense the truth in what you're saying. You're holding up a mirror, and they are terrified of the reflection. Your questions threaten the very foundation of their carefully constructed reality. And their immediate, visceral reaction is to shatter the mirror and silence the person holding it. They don't want to look, because looking means facing the same isolation and discomfort that you feel. It's easier to label you as the problem than to confront the problem with reality itself. Think about the structure of our modern lives. The 9-to-5 grind wasn't created for human flourishing. It was a byproduct of the Industrial Revolution, designed to maximize factory output. The constant barrage of breaking news and social media notifications isn't meant to keep you informed. It's designed to keep you distracted and emotionally reactive. The endless stream of entertainment, the next must-watch series, the next viral trend, it's all a sophisticated form of anesthetic. It's a digital pacifier for the masses, designed to keep you from asking the big questions by drowning you in a sea of small, meaningless ones. What's for dinner? What show should I watch? What are people saying online? These questions fill the silence, where the real questions are supposed to be. Waking up isn't some glorious, enlightened state. It's isolation. It's the slow, painful realization that the rules of this world were not written for your benefit. It's understanding that freedom is marketed, not given. That happiness is a product to be sold, not a state to be achieved. That distraction is the real currency, and your attention is the most valuable commodity you own. One you give away freely every single day. The person who has woken up sees the matrix, but they don't have a red pill to offer anyone else. They can only point at the code, while everyone else just sees the rain. And if you are still listening to this, if something in your chest feels tight right now, a knot of anxiety and recognition, that feeling is not fear, it's validation. It's the part of you that has always known something was off, finally hearing its own thoughts echoed back. It's the lonely observer inside you, realizing it's not entirely alone after all. The scariest part isn't that some people aren't meant to wake up. It's this: what if you already have, and there's no going back? You can't unsee the patterns. You can't unhear the dissonant notes in the symphony of society. You can't unknow the truth that the game is rigged. The comforting blanket of ignorance has been pulled away, and you're left shivering in the cold, hard light of reality. What do you do next? There is no easy answer. There is no 10-step program for navigating this new reality. The first step is simply to accept it. To accept the feeling of being an outsider, not as a flaw, but as a function of your perception. Your loneliness is not a sign of your failure, but a sign of the system's success in isolating its dissenters. You must learn to find solace, not in the crowd, but in the clarity. You must find others not by shouting in the public square, but by looking for the quiet nods of recognition in the eyes of other outsiders. They are out there. They are the artists, the philosophers, the introverts, the people who spend more time in nature than in nightclubs. They are the ones who listen more than they speak, the ones who carry a certain weight in their gaze. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. Comfort is the enemy of growth. If it made you feel seen, that's even more significant, because being seen is the first step out of isolation. The journey of the awakened mind is not about fighting the system. That's a trap. Fighting the system only strengthens it by defining yourself in opposition to it. The path forward is about building a new one within yourself. It's about cultivating an inner world so rich, so meaningful, and so sovereign that the illusions of the outer world lose their power over you. It's about defining your own values, creating your own meaning, and living a life that is authentic to your core, regardless of whether the world understands or approves. Subscribe to Reality Uncovered, because once you start waking up, the questions don't stop, and neither does the cost. But here, you won't have to pay it alone. Thanks for listening.